What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. I'm your host, Remnant Prince. So in this clip, it's about a husband married to his wife for 21 years. Says she took $17,000 out of their joint account without discussing to lend to her brother. Before we get into this clip, please drop me a like, a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Enough talking, let's get it.
I've been married to my wife for 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've been together for 25 years.
Okay.
She took $17,000 out of my account to give to her brother.
Woo.
Without letting me know.
Ooh.
Is it a joint account or your account?
It's a joint account.
All right, so she
It was
took
her money.
$17,000 from our account.
Correct.
Is what you should say. No, your
Our account, but she didn't let me know until I found out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Has anything like this ever happened before?
negative. Negative.
Okay, and
Never happened before. So I'm a little disappointed. And then it's only when I found out. She didn't tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she told me for her brother. And I'm like, $17,000? Really? You didn't discuss this beforehand?
I agree with you, Damien, but what you need to do is have this conversation with her. Okay? And instead, let her talk. Instead of telling her that it's wrong and, don't say this is my money that I work hard for. You do an office job, I do manual labor. That doesn't matter. You guys are both contributing to the household fund. What made her feel like she could do this without consulting with you? Maybe she felt like if she asked you, you would say no. I don't know what her reason is, right? But she just needs to know how it made you feel and why it made you feel that way. And that it breaks a trust that you might have had in her, knowing that she would do something like this now because she's never done anything like this before.
Okay, I get that.
So you need to approach it like, look, I love you. We haven't had any issues. You've never done anything like this before. Let's have an honest conversation on why you felt like this would be appropriate. And then I will let you know how this made me feel. But I would love to hear what your explanation is so we can discuss this and move forward knowing that we can't do things like this because we have a bond and we have a trust that we can't break.
So that's the clip. You've seen it for yourself. I just want to say, I believe this lady, Angela Yee, she's, giving really horrible advice because here this man has, kind of opened himself up to get some opinion or at least some advice or something like that. And she's really cold with him, It's almost like she's biased, right? I don't know, with this feminist agenda, hard to tell these days. It just feels like women pit themselves against men no matter what. I think she could have been more compassionate, more understanding. Instead, she was quiet, straightforward with him, and she's telling him, tell her you love her and talk to her on a level, like, women don't really respect that behavior. Maybe that's why $17,000 went out of their joint account. I don't know. But I think that at the end of the day, the wife wants out of the marriage. And I think that she conspired to find a way to build her own way out of that relationship. A lot of women these days are getting divorced. Marriage rates are plummeting. Even divorce rates are plummeting because people aren't getting married anymore. So it's gotten to a point where women have their own agenda. They pretty much see a man that is, I guess, more softer or more like vulnerable, and they just want out and they will take whatever they can. That's why most men these days aren't considering marriage. You have a lot of F-boys and you got a lot of 304s, and it's just round and round we go, spinning on the CC. I think that is tragic, but I'll be honest with you, I think that it's a good look because at the end of the day, a lot of people have taken advantage. They've taken advantage of other people to get what they do have, right? And, God has a funny way of taking things away from us. You know, he has a funny way of letting us accumulate things without him. And then when he wants to show who's boss, he'll let us lose it all. I mean, I'm a firm believer in God, and I'm a firm believer that nothing happens without his say-so. So if something like this happens to you, you know, you kind of got to look at the stars, right? I mean, I don't believe in astronomy or nothing like that. But when I say look at the stars, you got to kind of look at the way you've lived your life. You know, if you've lived your life discompassionate, if you've lived your life biased against people and circumstances, then don't be surprised when the cookie breaks on you. So personally, I really couldn't give a crap. It is what it is, and it's good to see, you know, people have to be torn down from their high horse. And sometimes God will use a woman to do that. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you could please drop me a like. Let me know what you feel about this one in the comments. And if you took anything away, please do subscribe. Until next time.